for one last time tonight, welcome back. I am Katz, Edward Katz on Twitter.
I am Nathanius, at Nathanius TV on Twitter.
Who literally just fell asleep on the job.
I actually closed my eyes, almost dozed off. But you can save esports by following me on Twitter, so it's okay.
That's fine. So we are just getting set up. The lobbies, the players are actually ready. So we're just gonna go ahead and
let's do it.
We're just gonna head and click start because YOLO.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So
this match, of course, is gonna be a TVZ, and what a TVZ we have lined up for you. The Mexican Hope.
What a TVZ.
Juana TVZ.
Juana TVZ.
Okay, you're delirious.
This is great.
Yeah.
You know what? I definitely think Major's gonna put up a better fight than Illusion did against Life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it rude for me to say that?
No, absolutely not.
Major's been playing a lot better, I think, lately.
It's completely different styles as well. I think that Illusion style is probably the worst thing to do against a player like Life, who is also very aggressive. So we are actually entering the game in just a second here. Life, of course, just defeating Illusion. So Major did take a look at what Life is capable of doing. So how he adapts is up to him. It is very late at night, of course, so the players are also very tired. I know Major has been wanting to go back, but
he's been wanting to
Life,
go back.
so to his room to get some rest for tomorrow because he knows that he'll advance tonight. What do you think?
I mean, we're loaded. I mean, okay, so we have the camera in the game. So his opponent, I think, is very scary, and I'd be really surprised. Like, as much as I love Major, I'd be really surprised if he could beat him. But it's StarTale's Life. He's a very good Zerg. Plays on, of course, StarTale. He's sponsored by Red Bull, so he's probably not that tired, actually, now that I think about it.
Yep. Maybe not.
Overdose on caffeine.
He's got the wings.
Yeah.
And yeah, all right. So apparently the zoom in a little bit early, so we're just gonna delay a little bit so that it gets a little bit awkward in here.
Yeah.
Where are we zoomed in here? Are we presenting someone? Yes, we are. It's the Mexican wall, the Mexican wall of Terran, also known as Juanito, also known as Windy, Brittany, Major. Oh,
Princess.
Okay. No more zoom in. Got him.
Oh,
and Life is really?
Is he doing this again?
Again and again and again.
Again? Are you kidding me?
Major had to be watching the games against Illusion. I mean, it's
so far this looks exactly. He's not gonna see it. He's not gonna see it until he tries to go build his command center.
Yeah, he's also opening Reaper, so this game looks a lot like the game that Life played against Illusion.
It looks exactly like it.
It almost feels like he's flirting with me. I think that's what he's doing right here.
Yeah, he knows we're watching. He's like, I can beat these guys with any build, but I know that they're streaming it, so
yeah.
Let's make things funky. Major is going to take a proactive approach. He is not going to...
Oh, I dig this. He actually skipped the Reaper and went for Marine. He's going to have the extra gas to start off a potentially quicker factory and be able to stay on just one gas potentially for a little bit longer, as he's going to be able to mine that a little bit better for a little bit longer. Again, not making the Reaper, I like that decision because the Marine can get to work on the hatchery much earlier than the Reaper could have. And with the bunker, he might be able to stop link aggression before it even happens. I'm not sure how much Life is ready to commit to this. And it appears he's not really ready to commit all that much. I mean, he's going for a 3-hatch behind this and canceling this hatchery. This is very cute play by Life, completely switching off what he did against Illusion. It shows how well not only he understands the game, but how well he's willing to adapt to what cards he's dealt. He sees the Marine. He's like, there's no Reaper. What are you going to scout me with? Major response. He says with an SCV. That's cruising around the map right now, Nathaniel. Yeah. And he's going to be going into Hellion. So
it's crazy how fast he gave that up. No? The hatchery, you think?
A little bit, but it was his plan. It was his plan. He sent out the drone to the third. He knew he was giving up that hatchery as soon as he saw the Marine.
Yeah. I guess it's just Life being a really smart player.
Yeah, I mean, when you do builds like this, you usually have transitions figured out based on what your opponent does. Now, the better thing that happens sometimes is when your opponent just saw a game of what you just did, and they think, okay, I think I have your build figured out. Well, guess what? If you do something different, I'll do something different as well, says Life. I know what advantages and disadvantages I have, and he shows great understanding of the game here, Nathaniel. So I really like this this decision making by Life so far, but it's gonna be hard to say what happens from here. MajOr complaining a little bit about the lag, so we're gonna see if we are able to fix that. There's an admin already with him, so
hopefully it's okay.
Hopefully it's okay.
Definitely don't want to have a lag disadvantage against a player like Life.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lag advantage would be nice, I guess, but they're in the same room, so that really shouldn't be possible.
I know, right? So, I mean, I didn't feel any lag, so it might be possible.
Yeah.
It might be the computer of MajOr that's malfunctioning right now. The game is resuming, however, so let's jump right back in. And MajOr, of course, doing very quick factory here and delaying his CC, which is now going to be dropped on the low ground by the looks of it. But yeah, he's going to scout the second hatchery of Life. I'm not sure if it's fair to assume that there's a third one, though. That's kind of a big assumption to make if you're MajOr right now, because again, he probably doesn't play from this position very early, and that's the power of this sort of build, is your opponent will be in a position that he's not comfortable in. So MajOr doesn't necessarily know about the third. He doesn't necessarily know how much money Life has or hasn't invested into doing this build. He doesn't know if it was a hatch first. He doesn't know if what he knows now. He didn't know if it was a hatch first or a pool first. He's the one that's playing a little bit on the back foot and a little bit blind.
Yeah, it's weird, but I still like his build order. I still think that MajOr's set up like in a much more normal way than Illusion. Like he's not building early tanks or trying to get really fast in. He's gonna play Hellion, probably Hellion Banshee, maybe Hellion Hellbat, or Hellbat Medevac. But I feel like both of those setups are still really good against the way that Life likes to play, because Life likes Zerglings.
Yeah, absolutely. So now MajOr's gonna move out with his first two Hellions, potentially gonna scout the third of Life. That would be really good information for him to have, and then potentially could decide based on that whether he wants to be aggressive or take a third CC, whatever he's comfortable with. Of course, MajOr, a very standard player, a very mechanical player, so this has already to bother him a little bit, but not to confuse MajOr with a simply mechanical player. He does understand the game at a very high level, and he can adapt from positions like this.
He's going to get an armory, though. So it looks like we're going to see him go for Hellbats, which I'm not surprised by, but it's always interesting because everybody seems to be doing it in a different way, Like a lot of the Terran players here have all done Hellbat builds differently.
Yeah, and Life is mainly on Lynx right now. There is no Roach Warren or Baneling Nest on the way. Now there is actually a Roach Warren on the way. Will it be up in time? Life needs to get those Roaches out ASAP. He kind of smells that MajOr could be doing something like this. It is going to be Hellbats, and it's going to be quick Hellbats, Nathaniel.
Those are some really fast Hellbats. I mean, the Roach Warren is just halfway done now, so I feel like there's a big opportunity here. Some of these Hellions are running away, but there's still a lot on the map. And MajOr can get his forces together. He doesn't need to make him into Hellbats at this point because he's fighting off just the regular Speedlings very nicely.
Yeah, but Life manages to pull MajOr back, and that's not what MajOr wanted to do. All the Lynx do fall, though, by Life, so great job by him there. But the Hellbats are going to be pushed away pretty easily, I think, by these Roaches. I mean, there are 6 on the way. Actually, the Marines could help out a lot. A Queen might get picked off here. MajOr does not know that these are Roaches on the way, but still, if he morphs them into Hellbats with a Marine support might be able to do enough damage to get rid of these Roaches quickly enough. And look at how he's surrounding the X. The Roaches pop out, but I think that the Hellbats and the Marines are going to be able to out-DPS this. At the same time, almost no Marines are left. And
the Marines are a big part of that. I think losing them early on definitely hurt. But
it really allows for the Roaches to kite a lot better.
You said it, though. Life, when he went for that Zergling, like, it wasn't really a run by, but when he pulled him all the way back, that just gave him time to get these Roaches. Imagine if he hit that third base before the Roaches were done. Like, the Roach Horn isn't even finished.
Yeah. And with this, MajOr falling behind in supply. Not too far behind on SCVs, though, and taking a third. He's not in the worst position in the world, but he's definitely not where he wants to be against a player like Life.
No. Life's going to get a lair. He still has a lot of Zerglings on the map, catching even a few of these Hellions, but there's this bunker here, so he shouldn't be able to, like, do anything to the command center. Yeah, Life doesn't need to do anything crazy. He still doesn't have any evolution chambers. Like, he's just going crazy on units.
Yep, once again poking in, trying to get a Hellion, and he does. The bunker will not fall down. Major repositioning his Marines, making sure that Life can't run by instead of just lifting off the depots. But oh my God, a big run by that Major. So good reflexes.
That could have been game ending. That could have been game ending if he managed to slip through. And actually, even with these roaches, is he really going to cancel this third command center?
He will.
Oh my
no cancel,
God! It was so close to finishing.
Yeah, and there was no cancel either for Major.
Oh my God!
Kind of an uncharacteristic mistake by him.
What do you do? I don't even know what you do now. He's got 1,000 minerals in the bank because he hasn't been able to get his production up yet, and he lost the command center.
Yeah, so adding the extra barracks now a little bit quicker, but he's in such a tough position without that third CC. Obviously, that further delays his third base, which Life has been running on 3 bases for such a long time now. Major in a very tough position, doing the best that he can with his Viking, though, picking off a couple of Overlords here and there. Important to note also is Life's tech has not been fantastic, but it's getting there. Now he started his upgrades. Now he's getting a Baneling Nest. I would expect a Spire sometime soon, and he's already getting Macro Hatch as well. Until that Spire's not done, or until that Spire's done, Major's gonna have a little bit more control on the map to do whatever he wants with medevacs. And by whatever he wants, I mean he's gonna be able to drop them and, knowing Life, just load them right back into the medevacs, because Life is very likely to have links in position to deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah, this has been really interesting because Life, he's been able to get all these things together while still producing tons of units, and it's just kind of one of those things that Life does. Because you'd think, oh, he's made so many lings, he's made roaches. He's at 72 drones.
Look at Major. He cleared all the Overlords on the map with this Viking, and now there's a double drop in Life's main. Life now morphing 6 links or 6 banelings, and look at the rallies for Life. Spots this right away. Major's gonna kill a few. Oh, he's going for the pool. He's not gonna get the pool though. He just has to load back in, doing a little bit of damage to links here and there, but losing 4 units himself.
That Viking.
Yeah, he's quite the fighter.
He's kicking ass. He's kicking some ass, man.
Yeah, he really is. Now, Major, his only problem right now is the third. If he could establish a third right now, he would be in a decent position.
He actually scared him into thinking he was going to kill the spawning pool, too. He built another one.
Yeah. Another thing to note here, even though the supplies look very close, Life is pulling minerals and gas, so he's going to be able to make about 13 muta by the time the Spire is done. And that could be devastating for Major if he's still out on the map, because he stands to lose a big portion of his army. Major doing a fantastic job, pulling a lot of units into Life's main, and then canceling this third with another drop. Very, very well executed, but the mutas are almost out, Nathaniel.
Yeah, and I mean, the Zerglings are going to force the units into these medevacs, and the Mutalisks come and clean those up. There's force on the left side. There's no Baneling speed just yet, but it's still just such an overwhelming number of units that Major can't really attack into this. And those Widow Mines getting baited quite easily make things even just more difficult. And you said it, those 10, 11 Mutalisks on the way now, big threat. But these are going to get Ventral Sacks too.
Yeah.
I don't know about
In the meanwhile, though, Major has been able to establish his third. And oh, big mine hit there.
Yeah,
and he's actually caught up in supply despite the Mutalisk influx and whatnot. Major has done a fantastic job here of stabilizing while denying the 4th of Life, which is really important as well.
Yeah,
things that Life could have done better here. Potentially maybe drop creep at the 3rd, maybe even get Burrow and deny the 3rd for even longer. He was by mistake getting Ventral Sacks, by the way. I sometimes do that as well.
Well, I mean, it's also nice because the upgrades have been pretty good for both players too. I thought that Life, like with his style, he kind of delays his evolution chambers, but the investment that it forces out of the opponent also really makes it difficult to get engineering base together. But you know what I think is most impressive is that Major lost that 3rd command center, and he's still going toe to toe as far as macro. Like, he's still got a good income. He's still on 3 bases. He's been denying the 3rd base of Life for the 4th base of Life for quite a while, and he's still getting these drops in. So this big attack is going to have a big influence if he can get in and clean up these units. Most of the Banelings are up top. He needs to get towards the Marines, and he will.
Oh,
there's just too much here from Life.
That last Baneling detonation. At the same time, though, Major does have a drop in the main of Life that bypassed a lot of the Zerglings that are parked there by Life as well. So this is doing enough damage to keep Major right in the game.
Wow, he killed almost all the drones in the main base. That's actually really insane.
Yeah, he's actually far ahead in economy right now, Major is.
He's up 17 he's up 17 workers.
Yeah, he's not too far behind in army supply either. It's not like
51.
It's not like Life's army supply is, you know, purely Baneling to meter. There's a lot of links in there, so this is not looking too bad for Major. But he's gonna lose this 3 medevacs, and that's a key component of his army, Nathaniel.
Yeah, it's really rough because these forces want to move in for Life, but I don't. Do you think you could actually break him?
I'm not sure. It all comes down to the mine hits, I think.
No.
And
mine hits not so impressive.
ones, but we'll see. We'll see. Splitting a couple of Banelings, Life does in very nice fashion, but still, Major trying to run up the ramp. It's all gonna come down to the reinforcements. It seems like Life has he's parked himself in the production.
Oh my God,
there's
Life
not
is
much that
amazing.
Major can do from this spot. Doing another drop, doing what he can. The supplies are still sort of there, but once your production's camped as a Cirque player or as a Terran player,
I really thought this game was like reasonably close, but Life just somehow like I guess the kill on the 3rd command center, I guess that was a really big deal because he wasn't able to even cancel it, but I was really impressed that Major was able to get all that damage and all that harass. It's just a couple of those fights, like I guess it's the problem with TVZ when you get into those situations where the Zerg player, even if they don't have creep on your army, the creep right next to it just lets them get closer faster, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen so many Terrans. I have died so many times in that like that little hallway on the side when you go to the 4th base. Like there's such little space you don't really have any room to split units either. I don't know.
it's tough, man. But yeah, Life doing a fantastic job there. Once he broke through with the Banelings and parked himself in the production, that was game ending for Major, who put up a really good fight from a very awkward position, though.
Yeah. I mean,
he showed great understanding.
Just look at the way the game
was at.
Look at the way the game started, right? He almost did the same thing that you could say forced Illusion into the crazy scenario where he had SCVs and Hellbats fighting against Roaches. Just by opening up with the Marine, like that was enough defense.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that it was enough defense, but it's the advantage that Life wanted, right? He's like, okay, you're going for a Marine, you're forfeiting the Reaper, okay, you can't scout me for a little while. That too.
Yeah, I guess because you wouldn't be able to know whether he could try to put pressure on the fast 3rd hatchery too. Yeah, it's really crazy how all this stuff works out. The next map is going to be King Sajin Station, and I kind of like this map mostly because it's just different than all the other ones. But how do you like it for Life's style? Because
you know, I really like it for Major style, actually, because
Why?
Major is the kind of player that will go 3 base aggression very often. He's the kind of player that will send waves at you, that will be very persistent, but at the same time, he has impeccable micro, or macro rather. His macro's not the best in Mexico. Maybe the best in Mexico still.
Maybe. Maker's not really much of a threat anymore.
Yeah.
So
he's not very good. So Major's pretty alone in Mexico. I mean, Jim Rising is a Cirque player. He's a good one.
Does Jim Rising get better macro than Major?
Micro, not macro.
Is he? Okay, well,
I don't know. Jim Rising.
Major's macro is really good.
Let's just say that Jim Rising is always microing because all his strategies are micro intensive.
Oh, it makes it sound a lot nicer than he's really cheesy.
Was trying to be nice. He's a nice
okay.
guy. And yep, camera's still on us, but we are in the game, so you must be jelly.
Because you can't see the game.
Because you can't see, and it's going crazy right now. Just kidding. Nothing has happened.
Both players pulled their SCVs.
Yep. What? Okay. On the bottom right-hand side of the map, the Mexican Wall of Love.
Why does it have to be the Mexican Wall of Love?
Because I wanted to stick, man. I just gave.
Okay, I'll take it.
The Mexican Wall of Love. It is Juanito, also known as Major, currently teamless. One of the best players in North America. Mexico is a part of North America, for those of you unaware of this fact.
Yeah. He is the only non-Korean, non-Chinese player in WCS America Round of 16.
Non-US, non-Canadian, non-South.
He's the only North American resident, I guess.
He's the only Spanish-speaking.
How do you know none of the Koreans in WCS don't speak any Spanish?
He's the only Spanish perfect-speaking, taco-eating player left in WCS. No?
I think it's just easier to say he's the only American.
All right, if you want to put it that way. And of course, on the top left-hand side of the map from Team Startail, it is the amazing Life. Do you like Life?
I like Life.
All right.
Life is good sometimes. Life's actually been pretty good lately.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's running pretty good in this tournament, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is for sure. I actually, you know, it's hard not to feel sorry for anybody that has to play against because we know Major is really good. But Life is he's just on another level because he's been doing his own thing for so long. Like his strategies rarely seem to revolve around what's in the meta. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I've seen a couple of we saw him go roaches like that game against Illusion, but I feel like he only did it based on circumstance because he knew it would win. Like he knew it would guarantee the win.
Right.
But I don't think like Life even does like the 1-1 roach timing. I haven't seen him do it.
Yeah, I haven't seen him do it either. I mean, roaches are slower units, you know, than Life. When you think of Life, you don't think of a roach.
Life is fast, right?
Life is Zerglings.
Life
is Mutas. Life is fast.
Mutas are love. Mutas are life.
Mutas are love. Life is fast. Life is careless. And he's
This is too deep for me now.
Yeah.
You're losing me. I'm gonna get sad.
Yeah. And of course Major trying to slap Life with a Reaper.
Sometimes Life slaps back.
Sometimes Life slaps back, but not until he gets Link Speed he won't.
No. Not without Link Speed. So the Reaper's gonna come in. And you know, 4 Zerglings. How often do you think Zerg players could get away with just only making 4 Links? Because I feel like Life is one of the few guys that can do that.
Yeah.
A lot of Zergs will make 6, right?
Yeah, most Zergs would make 6, I think. It's kind of map dependent and build order dependent as well. But Life getting away with 4 while going for the Link Speed as well. I mean that's quite impressive. But at the same time,
that Queen was halfway through the attack animation until that thing left range.
Yeah.
It was so close to dying.
That was a close goal, Fox.
The Reaper did a barrel roll.
What?
I thought you were making a Star Fox 60.
I did. Yeah, that was a close goal, Fox. Who says that?
That's why.
Is it Peppy or
I don't know.
Suppy?
Suppy, yes.
Is Suppy the frog?
Suppy says to do a barrel roll. Thanks.
All right.
Okay. So Life's making a lot of Zerglings. I don't think this is too surprising, but does Major have a better wall than Illusion did? And I think right now he doesn't really have much of a wall. So
it's pretty funny that Life, same 2 maps,
did
played his opponent right before this, and he's still confident enough to do this. We'll see what Major chooses to do in response. Man, Major right now is just wishing that they had gone to a game 3 because then he would know exactly what he would do in the last game if he won this one.
Yeah, this is man, the Zerglings, they're gonna block the star. I guess he's not worried about the starport, but he's on the factory. He's in the main base.
He needs to lift that depot off. He needs to trap those links in and not let any more in.
Yeah,
lift off your depots, Swan. Raise your depots.
Raise your depots.
Raise your depots, everybody.
So many of these SCVs are really weak too. He's losing supply depots in his natural expansion. There's
but look at Life.
There's still Zerglings coming across the map though.
Life is unpredictable.
Life is unpredictable. I think Life has managed to slap one.
It appears that way, but no, Life is unpredictable. I mean, this time around, even though he didn't break in, he chose to stop. He stopped making links, and I think it was the right call once again, because Major, unlike Illusion, didn't try to defend his natural, didn't saturate his natural early enough for Life to kill a lot of SCVs there. He just went into the main. So what does Life say? Life says, you're gonna go into your main, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stop making links, and I'm gonna make drones now.
Do you think he's just gonna try to kill him once this Roach Horn finishes, like get Roach speed and maybe +1?
I mean, he does have money and gas and supply for it, so yeah, there's definitely gonna be roaches popping out. Whether it is to take a safe third, which he's also taking a third right now, or being aggressive is a little bit undecided. But no, he's getting the roach speed, so it seems like he at least has to wait for that.
Yeah, I think this is a really good opportunity for him to just go for a supercharged 3-base attack. I don't know if he does he need, like, he doesn't have to saturate his third base to go for a big roach attack. No.
No, not really. So we'll see if he decides to do that. That would be very CVC-ish play, I suppose. CVC-ish all in.
So 7. I say 7's closer to the upper limit for defensive play. He's going up to 9.
Will the starport land? Yes. Yes, it does.
What? I wasn't sure if he was going to put a Zergling under it before, man.
You're delirious. It's really funny.
Okay, he's got his third command center on the way. He's got his stim pack on the way. He's got some he's building a lot of stuff that's just standard, I guess. But there's still a lot of roaches being made, cats.
Indeed, there is.
And roaches have ridges.
And they have speed. Life has roaches.
This is not necessarily that mass Ling play that we expect from Life, but he has done things at roaches that are very scary.
Yeah, Life basically was listening to the casting. He was like, when you think of Life,
you don't think roaches. And he's like, well, here are roaches, man.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Life is unpredictable. Life is fierce. Life is roachy. Life is tanky. I'm gonna make roaches. Life is gonna backdoor you. Life is gonna break your rocks. Life is gonna break inside of you with roaches.
It's too deep. So he's gonna break the rocks. There's no wall here, and MajOr, he doesn't have much. He just has the Marines. That's it.
He's just gonna GG.
Yeah, he didn't really. I think when you come in from that side, like even if you try to repair the supply depots, you're still gonna get hit so hard from the other side. Like the roaches can just shoot over them.
That's the one thing we learned. You can't really predict Life. You can't really, you know.
Sometimes you just gotta accept whatever Life throws at you.
Pretty much, and this time MajOr had to accept the roaches and accept his fate in the tournament, which comes to an end for the Mexican Wall.
The roachy death
of love.
He got pretty far though.
He did get pretty far.
I think when you run into Life, it's always a bad draw because MajOr's beaten I think a lot of the other really good Korean players in this tournament before in competitive stages. No. In
competitive stages, yes.
I don't think he's ever beaten Life in a big stage like this,
wait,
though.
I don't think it's fair to say he got really far. He got one round further than the minimum he could have gotten from being in pool play.
Oh. I guess.
But
I was still thinking about how Life came from the open bracket. Life got really far.
I mean, that's still to his merit, though, because he did manage to qualify for pool play.
Yeah. There were a lot of qualifiers for the pool play. There was like 8 or something. There was like 2 players from each, no?
5?
There was a couple players from each qualifier,
There was an open one. Oh, the Korean, the European.
Yeah,
there was quite a few. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for Stream Bravo tonight. Can we confirm? Can confirm. Bravo. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we might have more matches in the main stage. I'm not sure if other.
We'll tweet
kind
or
of
something. We'll let
far
you know.
away from the
You'll
main
find.
stage.
You'll find out.
You'll find out. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great night.